Launching one new smartphone is already a big undertaking. But when you're introducing not just a new phone, but a whole new series of phones, including accessories you plan to support for generations to come, well, that's nothing short of crazy ambitious, which happens to be exactly the kind of ambitious Motorola is under its new Lenovo ownership. Earlier this year, we got to meet the new Moto Z series, and now it's nearly time for it to come to the US in the form of the Moto Z Droid and Moto Z Force Droid for Verizon. I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena, going hands-on with both these new phones, as well as the entire Moto Mod series of accessories. And you know, when the carrier develops its own custom carrying case just for all those accessories, you know you're looking at a lot of hardware. Let's waste no more time and get right into it. This right here may be a record for the most amount of hardware I've ever unboxed in one go. What we have here is the entire new Moto Z Droid line coming soon to Verizon. I have the Moto Z Droid itself, the Moto Z Force Droid, as well as a selection of Moto Mod accessories. Really what makes the Moto Z Droid line what it is. The Moto Mods that you snap on the back with the magnetic attachments, adding new functionality. You're just making the phone look better. But there's a lot of stuff to get through here, so let's not waste any time. Boxing for these two phones, super identical. So the Moto Z Droid, Moto Z Force Droid, it's a mouthful, is slightly thicker than the box of the Moto Z Droid, which is appropriate because the Moto Z Force Droid is a phone that is slightly thicker than a Moto Z Droid, and that's about the only difference there. Well, better camera, but we'll get to that in a second. Both these guys, Snapdragon 820 powered, quad HD 5.5-inch screens, 4 gigs of RAM, nice flagship level specs like you would expect all around, USB Type-C connectivity, micro SD expansion, because we love to see that. Pop you off, and get into you, come on. Yeah, here we have these two beauties. So right away, I'm gonna take a quick look at the size of these. Here's the Force on your left, and the straight up Moto Z Droid on your right. And yeah, that is a super thin phone, preposterously thin almost. It'll get thicker quickly as we start adding some of these Moto Mod accessories, but really pronounced camera hump too. Well, that's what you get. Yeah, super thin all around. You have your SIM tray up top. You notice no headphone jack on either of these guys. Motorola is jumping on the bandwagon of no headphone jack. Is Apple going to do the same? We don't know. We'll find out soon. Let's power these guys on as we start getting through the rest of these. Get your boot going. Didn't hold you long enough? There we go. Okay, buzz. Okay, these boxes are going to be identical, so let's just go with the larger Force model here. So if you're not going to attach a Moto Mod, one with function to the phone, you can add a style shell. This is just a dumb panel. This has a nice little wood grain to it. There's a bunch of color options and styles available. It makes the phone slightly thicker, but it also kind of smooths out that bump for the camera there, so it's a little more natural looking. It's up to you whether or not you want to keep that on or not. Let's see, next up have our standard documentation, I'm sure. Yeah, warranty, all that good stuff. Charger in here. Okay, turbo power charger looks like the one you get with the, let's see, this looks a lot like the one I got with the Moto G4. It's not though, it is turbo power again, but this is hardwired because this is USB Type-C, as you can see here, which is odd that this isn't a detachable USB Type-C cable. That's what their manufacturers have done. I kind of don't like that. This is gonna make traveling with this thing a little less convenient, but whatever. Oh, and of course the adapter you're going to need if you want to use analog headphones with one of these guys. You know, don't have a Bluetooth pair, you just have a really nice analog one you want to keep using. Gotta have to remember to carry around this accessory if you want to hook your headphones up to the phone. Kind of annoying, but I think we're going to be seeing this more and more as time goes on. So not too surprising. And of course our SIM tool. Yeah, a quick look at these phones before we start getting into the accessories here. It's a Motorola, so we know to expect very lightweight Android. That's really responsive. Wow, look how that moves. I mean, wouldn't expect otherwise from an 820, but sometimes you get surprised. We're going to spend a lot of time looking at the performance of both these guys. Should be super similar. They have the same internals processing-wise, better camera on this guy. And of course, a larger battery explains the thickness. But let's keep it. Speaking of larger battery, hey, good transition there. This is one of the many Moto Mod power pack options. This is the Toomey model. You can get some fashionable ones from like designers, but this is just straight up, no muss, no fuss, bigger battery. An extra 2200 milliamp hours you can attach to, you know, I don't know how large these batteries are off the top of my head on the phones. I'm gonna have to look that up. It should give you an extra 22 hours of battery life though. That's very nice. This will charge with the phone. You can sort of leave it on there. Yeah, on the Force that looks super thick, but you know, on the Z, that's not too bad. That doesn't look unlike what you get with a regular non-super slim phone. Oh, and it notifies you exactly what you're working with here. That's really nice. Okay, let's keep on going through these. So that's the Toomey power pack. Next up we have JBL's Sound Boost speaker. This is nice. This has a 1000 milliamp hour battery inside it, but it's not the power of the phone. That's just to get the speaker going. It has dual 3-watt speakers for nice stereo sound. And what I think I like most about this is the kickstand. So we pop this on the back, has its own USB-C charger on there. Pop this on the phone. Recognize it straight away. I like that. Little kickstand in there to crank out the tunes. Or just watch a video in there while getting some nice room-filling sound with it. It's hard to see at this angle here, but we'll be taking a closer look as we do our full review and all that good stuff. Last but certainly not least, what I think might be the most exciting of the initial round of Moto mods here, the Moto Insta Projector. This is a Pico projector, like we've seen integrated into a few phones here and there. They haven't really caught on. Been a super niche item because it makes the phone super thick. You don't always want to be projecting stuff, so it's annoying to have baked in there all the time when it's unnecessary. But if you can use it as a modular attachment and just have it when you need it, that makes it a lot more desirable. So this guy has, again, its own battery in here to power the projector element. Where's the charge over here? USB Type-C over here, as well as controls for focal, power. Looks like it gets heat dissipation, which I don't blame, because this thing has a, was it 70 lumen? No, 50 lumen output, 70-inch screen it will project. Pops on the back of the phone here, if I have this facing the right way. And again, it has its own stand. This isn't a kickstand. Don't put it like this. You're just projecting into the ground then. Instead, this points up at the wall so you can beam your video for everyone to see. It does keystone correction, autofocus, all sorts of great stuff. So we're gonna want to take a nice, there it is, Insta Projector, how to view screen. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna learn how to use this guy, how to set up all these guys. We'll show you as we do our full review of both phones. For now though, this has been a quick unboxing. I'm Steven Shank. Stay tuned to PhoneArena for more of the whole Moto Z Droid lineup, including our full review coming soon. For now, thanks for watching.